Ringside Report. Ringside Report is brought to you tonight by Sports Cream. When muscles ache, rub in Sports Cream for fast pain relief. Well, it's a pleasure to welcome to Ringside Report Frank Maloney. Those of you who don't know Frank is the manager of Lennox Lewis. And Frank, before we talk about Lennox Lewis, I got to ask you about what we've already seen tonight. And Al and I were commenting earlier that every time you think you've seen everything there is to see in the sport of boxing, there's something like happened tonight.
Well, it was a mystery. I mean, I was on my way out. I thought they said Tommy Morrison wasn't going to fight, and then someone stopped me at the door and said they'd found an opponent. So he must have been sitting in the arena somewhere, the opponent.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, of course, hopefully at some point to get it on with Riddick Bowe, but it's a case of first things first, and let's talk about what is first for your man.
Well, we have Frank Bruno on October the 1st, which can be seen in America on TV, which will take place in Cardiff. After that, we obviously have Tommy Morrison the first week of March at the opening of the MGM Grand.
Frank, the Bruno fight is of great interest in England because Frank Bruno is a very popular figure there, as is Lennox. Is it kind of odd to get that one going first before the Morrison fight?
No, I think it's a good fight for us. Lennox and Bruno's a great fight. It's something that's never been done before. It's the first time, other than two Americans, that two same countrymen have fought for a world heavyweight title. And obviously Lennox being the first Brit ever to win a world heavyweight championship. And, you know, we're just looking forward to giving the British public something like Tommy's giving tonight, a homecoming.
Sure, same thing.
It's one of those fights, really, there's no bad guy. These are two pretty good guys, very popular in England.
Well, we like to think Frank Bruno's the bad guy and Lennox is the good guy. I mean.
But the fact is, he's a good guy, Frank Bruno.
He's a nice guy.
He had to wheedle that one out of you, Frank. Come on, Frank.
All right, let's talk a little bit about also what's down the road, and let's assume that Lennox Lewis gets by Frank Bruno. Tommy Morrison looms, and I assume that's why you're here. A couple of comments, if you would, about Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, Tommy Morrison for Lennox is a great fight. It's a very high-profile fight. It makes Lennox much more noticeable to the American public. It's a better opponent than Riddick Bowe's ever fought. Well, Frank Bruno's a better opponent than any of Riddick Bowe's opponents. So Tommy's a great fight for Lennox Lewis, and it will make him the #1 heavyweight out there after Tommy Morrison.
Well, you mentioned the name Riddick Bowe, who, of course, has the other portion of the heavyweight title. When can the fans hope to see somebody face Riddick Bowe? You would hope it would be Lennox Lewis, of course. After the Morrison-Lewis fight, would you expect someone the winner to fight Bowe?
We're ready to fight Riddick Bowe anytime now. If his manager, I forgot his name actually now, if he would stop telling lies and he would turn up, we're ready to sign a contract to fight the other champion in June or July of next year. Lennox wants him more than anything. Lennox wants Riddick Bowe, and if you're listening, Riddick and Rock, I've got your name right this time, just send us a contract or phone myself or phone Lennox and we'll fight you.
I mean, it is a fight that the public is going to demand at some point.
Look, it's a fight the American people want, never mind anyone else. This is the first time ever I've known an American heavyweight who calls himself a world champion to be running from an English fighter who, you know, in our eyes, is the real world heavyweight champion.
All right, Frank, thank you very much for being with us. I want to wish you great success with your fighter and certainly in the upcoming fight with Frank Bruno.
Thanks very much.
Frank Maloney, the manager of Lennox Lewis, and that fight, of course, upcoming. It's going to be in Cardiff, Wales, and that's going to be a very big fight, certainly in England and all over the world. And we got a fight coming up, Al, on October 30th, a triple header, really, in Phoenix, Arizona. Michael Carbajal headlines the show, but it's a pretty good card all the way down.
Yeah, pay-per-view extravaganza will also feature Oscar De La Hoya and Luke Oscar, who will be fighting Narcissus Valenzuela, and also Luke Aquino is going to be fighting for the WBO junior middleweight title against Verno Phillips.
So a triple header, it takes place on October 30th. We come your way at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. ESPN, Top Rank pay-per-view. Our thanks to Frank Maloney for being with us tonight, reminding you that this has been Ringside Report, brought to you tonight by Sports Cream. When muscles ache, rub in Sports Cream for fast pain relief.